Peace. Infinite waters diving deep once again. Deep divers. I woke up like this, all magical and fly, just whoa, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Raising the frequency. I feel so much better now. Raising the vibration. Deep divers, you feel so much better now. Sending you all tons of good ass energy. Take that, take that, take that. The cat down the road said you feel a whole lot better now. Now, deep divers, I'm sure you've heard about the Air India craft, Boeing, which went down. And it took the lives of 241 people. And first and foremost, I want to send condolences to the people who were on this awful aircraft that went down in India, heading to London Gatwick. And it really kind of touched me, this story, because I'm like, this is so tragic. But then something happened. There was a miracle in seat 11A. The sole survivor escapes fiery Boeing 787 crash. And this is crazy. People are like, how is this even possible? A confirmation miracles exist. Deep divers, become your greatest version. We're going to talk about the power of miracles. This is a miracle. No one even understands how this is even possible. Hit that like button right now if you support the real. Hit that like button right now if you support the real, deep divers, because we got a whole lot to talk about. Look, first and foremost, once again, I want to send condolences to the relatives of the people who lost their lives in this Air India crash heading to London Gatwick. 241 people lost their lives. And deep dives, if you are watching this video, this is your confirmation. A miracle is coming your way. If you're ready for that, just say thank you. Now, deep divers, I always tell you, in becoming your greatest version, always remind yourself, at any moment, a miracle can happen for you. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? So Vishwash made a miraculous escape. And a lot of people are like, how is this even possible? Some people are even like, he wasn't even in the plane. Yes, he was. A miracle in seat 11A, sole survivor escapes fiery Boeing 787 crash. And he talked about how as the plane was descending, it split in two and he got ejected from his seat and just walked away with minor injuries, right? With minor injuries. It's a miracle in seat 11A. So let me just play you a little story, a new story, and then I'm going to talk about the power of miracles. Deep divers, let's go.
Local police are now saying at least one passenger on board the Air India flight survived, incredibly. The newspaper Hindustan Times quotes the man as a British national, saying he heard a loud noise 30 seconds after takeoff. At least 290 people have died, according to Reuters. The Boeing 787 Dreamliner was bound for London when it went down in a residential area near the Ahmedabad airport. We want to warn you, the video you're about to see, you may find disturbing. You can see the plane struggling to stay airborne, then descending, then disappearing behind buildings and bursting into a fireball. Authorities say the plane hit a doctor's hostel as it went down. About 50 to 60 students were there. Were taken to hospital, and that's according to the All India Medical Association. Teams from both the US and the UK have been deployed to India to assist with the crash investigation. Salma Abdulaziz is following the latest developments for us from London, and our hearts go out to anyone affected by this. But there is a moment of apparent joy that came out of it as well.
Well, I think that when we saw those initial images, of course, Max, of the scorched earth, of portions of the plane lodged in a building, of the huge fires, we thought it would only be a miracle if someone survived. And now that miracle seems to have happened. One man, passenger seat 11A, found in hospital by reporters. But there is also a tragedy in this, Max. He says his brother was also on board that plane. He doesn't know his fate. We've also received the latest death toll from a local police official who says that there is 294 people feared dead. That means that there are many more people who died on the ground, in addition, of course, to the nearly 240 souls on board that flight. This is a very global tragedy, of course. You had more than 50 nationals from the UK, several nationals from Portugal, and a national from Canada, in addition to more than 160 Indian nationals. So you're absolutely seeing this global response take place, starting, of course, with India's Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, who says he has deployed his top officials on the ground to provide that help and support. Air India has been setting up hotlines and help desks to respond to the questions of families who I'm sure right now are going through.
Guest's name? Sorry.
Who I'm sure right now are going through a roller coaster of emotion from hearing, of course, this news of the one miracle survivor. Now, for those families, again, seeking answers, this will begin to give them more questions, as the airline CEO had given a press conference a short time ago, Max, alluding to some passengers who were injured making it to hospital. Now, you're looking also at the image of the plane, portions of the plane lodged in a building. That building is a doctor's hostel where medical students would have been gathering for lunch. We understand dozens of those students may have been killed or wounded and rushed to the nearby hospital.
Let me stop it there, deep divers. I just wanted to give you a little breakdown. So, a miracle in C-11A. So he was the only sole survivor in the fiery Boeing 787 crash. And a lot of people are saying, gosh, 11A is going to be like so requested on any Dreamliner. Now, this story is a tragedy. He lost his brother. Because other people lost their lives, it's also a story of triumph, miracles, a story of hope. Even though it's a story of tragedy that people lost their lives, it's also a story of hope. And one should never, ever give up hope, because deep dive is in becoming your greatest version. Even when it seems like everything is over, just remind yourself a miracle can happen. In your own life, deep divers, when it seems like you're at your wit's end, you can't go on any longer, remind yourself a miracle can still happen for you. What this story showed me is that God exists. The universe exists. Whatever name you have for it, right? I call it the Most High. That force, we're talking about the same thing, is real. And in my mind, it saved this man's life. He wasn't supposed to make it out alive, but he did. People say it's impossible he survived, but he did. And at times like this, we have to remind ourselves, it humbles us all. It humbles us all to remind ourselves that actually not a leaf falls from a tree without the universe's permission. Not a bird flies in the eye without God's permission. And in my mind, this is a miracle. This man is so fortunate to have survived. He's got another chance at life. Other people didn't make it. And Vishwash, his name actually means trust. His name actually means faith. Isn't that strange? Because you better trust that somehow, some way you're going to make it out there. You're going to make it out of there. And he did. Deep divers, miracles are real. Never forget that. In your own life, when it seems like there's no way out. In your own life, when it seems like your whole entire life is ruined, always remind yourself, deep divers, at the last moment, at the last second, a miracle can happen for you. I'm an optimist. I always say there is always hope, even in the midst of tragedy. Always remind yourself, deep divers, there is always hope, even in the midst of tragedy. Now, once again, this was an unfortunate series of events. These people lost their lives. And once again, condolences go out to their families. It's awful. But in this aircraft crash, there was a miracle. And this is a reminder that God's presence is everywhere. The universe is always showing us that miracles are real. Against all odds, somehow, some way, there was a miracle in Seat 11A. Sole survivor escapes fiery Boeing 787 crash. Isn't that amazing, deep divers? A miracle is God doing what only God can do. Slow motion this side. A miracle is doing what only universe can do. A miracle is doing what only the Most High can do. Always remind yourself, deep divers, every single day, miracles can happen for you. Miracles can happen for you in your life. Miracles can unfold for you in your life. When you want to give up, when you want to call it quits, when you want to say, I've had enough, always remind yourself at the last moment, a miracle can happen. Miracles happen every day. Miracles happen every day. Deep divers, always remind yourself your life is a living miracle. You beat the odds 400 trillion to 1. Always remind yourself you are a living miracle. When we talk about becoming our greatest version, so many of us forget that our entire life is a living miracle. And every day we got to say thank you that we woke up, that we got a roof over our head. And this story is so touching because when I first heard about this story, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. It still is, but there is something to be thankful for, that one person made it out alive. A miracle in Seat 11A. And boy, this man is going to have so much to be thankful for. Yes, he lost his brother, but he was the only one to survive. He is truly, truly fortunate. Right? So this story is tragic at the same time is showing us that miracles do exist. Deep divers, in your own life, remind yourself miracles do exist. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, there are no survivors. That's what people were saying. There are no survivors. No one would be able to survive that impact. But somehow, some way, this man emerged with only a few scratches. They say he's going to be released soon, in the next day or two. And people still can't even understand how this is even possible. But once again, a miracle is God doing what only God can do. A miracle is universe doing what only universe can do. We got to remind ourselves, deep divers, we are mere mortals. And I always say this, not a leaf falls from a tree without the universe's permission. Everything in your life is a gift. You are a miracle. Miracles are happening every single day. And this is another reminder that just when you think it's all over, an unexpected miracle happens. And deep divers, just when you think it's all over, remind yourself an unexpected miracle will happen for you. Once again, condolences to all the family members of the deceased. But in this story, there is hope that miracles still do exist. I want all of you right now, if you're ready for that miracle in your own life, to hit that like button if you support The Real. Share this video, subscribe to the channel. Once again, hit that like button right now if you support The Real. Share this video. And that's why I'm just saying, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello there? Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Prana, baby. Deep divers, join the new Ralph Smart Patreon page for all new exclusive content that's going to help you become your greatest version. Patreon.com/Ralph Smart. Also, join the YouTube membership. Click join below this video for all full access to the live streams. And go and get the brand new book, Feel Alive 2, Unlock Your Infinite Power by Ralph Smart. Now available on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the-book. Click the link down below. You're going to love it. And check out the Good Ass Prana shirts at ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. And if you want a one-to-one consultation with me so I can help you become your greatest version, make sure you book it at ralphsmart.com/one-to-one sessions. Deep divers, this story, even though it is a tragedy, it's also a story about miracles. That miracles are real. That there is a miracle in C11A. That this man somehow, some way survived. And we got to give thanks for that. Deep divers, peace. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. Yo! Once again, deep divers, hit that like button right now if you support The Real. Share the video, subscribe to the channel. Once again, hit the like button right now if you support The Real, and leave a comment down below of gratitude and appreciation. Is one love. Peace.